Hey guys, how's everyone doing? It's me Sam here, welcome to this video. So this video is going to include a whole load of clips of some new updates Jagex have done towards Dungeoneering. I decided to put a load together to show you guys all of them, all in one video. So in case you don't know what they are, then you can come to this video and see them all. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all of the new stuff, so I hope you enjoy. So the first update I'm going to show you is an upgrade from the Zamorakin Spear to the Chaotic Spear. It is finally here. The way to get it is to buy 10 Chaotic Spikes from the Demonheim rewards guy, and you can use it on a Zamorakin Spear and it will turn it into a Chaotic Spear. So it still costs 200k effectively for the Chaotic Spear, and it will actually get rid of your Zamorakin Spear. So once you've used it, you can't actually reclaim it to sell it to the Grand Exchange or anything. So once you've done it, that is it. You've now got a Chaotic Spear, which I suppose is pretty good because it takes out some Zamorakin Spears from the game, so they'll most likely go up in price, which will make maybe Zamorak a bit more better for killing for money. But the stats are better than the Zamorakin Spear, of course. It's level 80, and you know, it's now the best weapon for killing Corporal Beast. So talking about Corporal Beast, I did actually head over there to test it out, and of course it is better than the Zamorakin Spear, which is great. I'm not really a pro at killing Corporal Beast, so I didn't actually manage to do it, but I can still tell the difference of hitting a little bit more than the Zamorakin Spear. The stats are only slightly different. You know, it's only a jump from level 75 to level 80, so don't expect too much of a difference, but it is slightly better and will be, you know, more helpful at Corporal Beast now. So the next update is a new resource dungeon. This requires you to have level 90 Dungeoneering to access. It will give you 17.5k Dungeoneering XP the first time you go in there, and it's full of demons and also gem rocks. The gem rocks give you slightly more XP than anywhere else in the game, and you've got a higher chance of getting more valuable gems such as dragon stones. The demons are pretty cool as well. If you are actually level 90 plus Slayer, you can actually get them as assignments, so you can obviously hit more with the Slayer helmet, and they can actually drop uncut onyxes and some other rare items too, which I actually did manage to get on my first kill, which was very lucky. And then they also drop commendation scrolls, which will actually grant you a title depending on what demon you killed. So even though I got that drop really early on, I did actually go to the Grand Exchange and sold it for a measly 150k, despite its G value of 2.1 mil. So that was a bit disappointing. I'm kind of just a little bit surprised about that. But yeah, there we go for the Demon Slayer gear. Pretty cheap already. There are now 2 new sets of necklaces in the game. These are counterparts to the Arcane Stream necklaces. The highest tier will require you to buy a Chaotic Remnant for 100k, which will then be used on a Hiss, Murmur or Whisper to create the higher tiered necklace. There are also 3 new scrolls which you can get from the rewards trader. One of them is for construction, which will allow you to save planks. Same with crafting, which will allow you to save resources. And then the final one is a Dungeoneering scroll, which will give you a 5% chance of gaining XP in the Dungeoneering skill when training a certain skill in a floor. Now there's also a new gold accumulator, which I think is really awesome. When you have this equipped, you can actually start collecting gold, which is just automatically dropped from monsters. So this does have a sort of recharge with it. Once it's actually collected 1 million coins, you will actually have to recharge it, which I believe it will go to 40k tokens from its original 20k tokens, and then when you go for another one, it will go up to 60k tokens, which is at its very highest. And now you can also actually wear a few items, including the Bone Crusher, Charming Imp and Herbicide in the pocket slot, which is actually really cool. So here we have the gold accumulator in action. I decided to go to Edgeville to kill the men, as I knew they drop coins fairly often. And as you can see, as they do drop it, it just gets put straight into my money box, which is really awesome. Definitely worth getting this if you're someone who does a lot of Slayer, that doesn't want to keep picking up all the coins. But do remember though, you will have to keep recharging it once it's fully accumulated 1 million GP. There's also an upgrade to the gem bag, which allows you to store dragon stones in it, and also makes the capacity go up to 60 gems each. So you can buy that from the rewards trader for 20k. So yeah, it's probably definitely worth getting that. It's quite a helpful thing to have, and it's relatively cheap. Okay, so they also actually added some new pets to the rewards trader. There are 3 in total, and the first is a baby frost dragon, which does require 250k tokens, which is quite a lot, but it's not really too much compared to the upcoming pets, which I'm going to show now. This one being Blink. You do actually require to kill Blink to get this, and it does cost 500k tokens. And then the final one is a pet called Hope Nibbler, which requires you to kill the Hope Devourer, and with this it does cost 1 million tokens, which is by far the most expensive item in the whole rewards shop. But if you do get it, then you know, it does look awesome and does go to show that you're a beast. A small but helpful update is the ability to skip floors with your tokens. So as you can see on the screen right now, each floor gives you a price to how much it costs to skip it. obviously the lower being a cheaper price and then the higher floors being a lot more. So pretty helpful if you just want to quickly get rid of floors 1 to 29 if you want to really power train this. Now this item relates to the mini game of sinkholes. You can buy this wildcard for 20k tokens, and whenever you start a sinkhole game it will give you a random card, which I suppose is pretty nice if you're not very good at it, and you never know, you could get lucky, pick up some meerkats, a pack yak, something like that to give you a little bonus. So you can now actually completely reset your Ring of Kinship for 50k, so if you've added some customizations which you don't want, then you can do this, but I believe you can only do it once, so be careful with that. And you can now actually recharge your Horde Stalker rings, which is awesome. I use these quite a lot and they're very helpful, and it only costs 10k tokens to fully recharge it. Another update is that you can now actually use bonfires in Demonheim, so this will give you a life bonus boost, which is pretty awesome. You just got to light a fire, then use the logs on it, and it will give you some extra life points depending on the tier of logs you used. And you can now actually use the surge and escape abilities in a floor, and they've also actually added a new timer in the top left hand corner of my screen to show you how long you're currently spending on your Dungeoneering floor. So it's now actually possible to see what journals you require. If you go to the Dungeoneering tutor, right click him and click on journals, you can see everything you need to regarding the books and journals within Demonheim. So quite a big update is that the Hex Hunter has had its stats improved. So originally it had a damage of 259, it has now been massively increased to 860, which does rival the Sagittarian shortbow, right up there with the very best of the ranging weapons. And last but not least, there is a new interface when going into a dungeon. It's a lot cleaner and you can see everything at once for the settings you need to start a new floor. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it and learned something. It has taken me quite a while to make this video, so if you can throw it a thumbs up, that'd be great. And I'm going to try and make more videos like this in the future when new updates come out into RuneScape. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.